Hello there, and welcome to what's sounding like complete silence to me. So let's hope that's not the case. So yeah, so I can't hear anything, but I just shut the live stream and there's definitely sound that you can hear. So a little bit weird. Yeah, so I can't hear anything, but I just shut the live stream and so I'll just keep going. So we've got C4 here this week. Unfortunately, last week there was issues with the servers, and therefore we couldn't get fully racing in C4. So the last week's race is going to be scheduled, but this is continuing as planned with the Mexican race for this weekend, or sorry, for this Wednesday night. Gosh, weeks are going so much, and I'm a bit confused to why I can't hear the game. So we've got some reserves bolstering the field as well today. Some C5 and C6 drivers trying to test their might against the C4 drivers, and we are watching Tonka on a fast lap, but he's got Bogorowski right in front of him. Don't know if he's quite realised, seems to have gotten out of the way. I don't know how that cost Tonka any time. Going through the final corner, Laxmet has put in a 1:15.8, Composite a 1:16.1, and Tonka a 1:14.8. And Jordan as well with a 1:15.6. Doppyman beats that, goes into second with a 1:15.2. Times are already getting there, already doing very quick times. Let's watch the Williams driver here race, usually C6 race racer, I believe, so we'll see just how well he can hang on and see in this race tonight, how well he can qualify as well. He was lucky enough not to have an issue on getting an invalidation, I think, through the fast part of the circuit, and now we're into the final corner. Let's see the time that it can get. 1:16.2, not too bad, just behind Composite. Alfa Romeo Dragon Duck 8th, and Hunes in 9th with the 1:17 flat. Hayward also out there in his Mercedes, he sets a 1:15.5. So not bad times. Tonka seemingly very quick so far. Got pulled by quite a large margin at the moment. Couple of guys on outlaps. Got pulled by quite large margin at the moment. Couple of guys on outlaps. It's Yal who is approaching championship lead. Let's actually have a little look at that online. Something to talk about, because there'll be times in this qualifying session where it'll get a bit, ironically, a bit quiet. So we shall have a look. The lap is very quick around Mexico. So let's have a little look at the standings. So it's Justin tops the league, but he's not here. Was forgotten in second place. We were on board with right now. Jarl. He is 3 points behind. And then his teammate Magic Poop Cannon, who is again not here this race, in third place. Was leading the championship for a good amount of time. Heinz has also shown up now. So that's us got one of the other racers that we quite often keep an eye on. In that battle in the midfield. You also got Doppyman Liam here as well, but Liam's not been able to make it. Jarl's obviously abandoned that lap. And the McLaren of Sam H, he has invalidated his lap, so that's not good for them, but they've got another few goes. They have a few more attempts. We'll stick on board with the Ferrari of Latchmit. I really want to sort out the audio issue. Yeah, so I think hopefully it'll fix itself for the actual race. I've seen it happen before, so let's have a look. Yep, Blatchmet did improve his time. I think let's have a look at, we've got Doppyman and Tonka on similar parts of the circuit. Tonka improving by almost 4/10 even at this point. Maybe not the cleanest ending to the lap, but he's still looking like he's going to get a good time. Yep, 3/10 up again. And it's a 3/10 improvement for Doppyman as well, so he breaks into the 114s. Much better on a slow. We have Hayward, he's out there as well. Jordan, he's in the second sector. Let's see what he can do. He can invalidate his run, unfortunately, so he will have to go again, but he's got a time. His teammate behind him in 6th as well. Hayward 3/10 up, but slides out and crashes out of qualifying. And the sector, Tonka goes flying past. Not good for Hayward. That'll be his best. That'll be the best he can finish, and Brandon has already jumped it with a 115 flat, so That is bad luck there for Hayward. Got the Racing Point driver going to try and make this lap count. He got, I think it was Dragon Ducks out. It was out the way. Noob stays out the way on his out lap. And oh, Humes is crashed as well. It looked like and Giles actually pitting. He's not finishing that lap. Bogorowski, he's in 13th. He's riding in what would usually be Liam's car in C4. A few mistakes happening. We've got Sam H. He's going round in the stadium section. Tight turn in actually there, so let's see. Quite apex there, but getting through relatively quick manner. Gets on the curbing, has to take the shortest line and goes into second place, jumping his teammate, but again, nowhere near Tonka. No one is getting near Tonka. Cathy, he's in the pits. Composite, his teammate is 2.5 tenths up. The other Williams, teammate for the day. Going through the packed stadium section and final corners. Let's see if he can keep the improvement. In fact, he can improve by 4 tenths, and that's a great improvement lap for Composite, putting him up to 8th, just beating out Proud Noob, who is also going again. Only 4 and a bit minutes left of qualifying. Might even get a slipstream off of his teammate Bogorowski. Again, teammate for the day. It's actually guess there was a mistake and he's decided to cut a large portion of the track and almost spins himself into the wall in doing so. He's seemingly struggling. I think it's lucky no one behind is actually on a flyer, because I think Composite is pitting anyway. Jordan looks to be on a slow, as Composite is clearly coming into the pit. So trying to do, Jordan's actually on a flyer, but so is second place in the championship, with his best chance to take the lead of the championship. And his Racing Point, he's on another flyer. Hopefully this one will count for him. Through this fast section. I mean, in the race, little, a bit twitchy there, but a little chance of overtaking through there, but lots of chance of losing the back end in dirty air, or just with the tyre wear and the lack of grip on the end, at the end of the stints. And I say stints because it's likely to be a 2-stop, and Jarl, there we go, Jarl got right up next to Tonka, but doesn't beat Tonka. Tonka, who seems to be down on his time, so we'll have a look, see if he can better his time going into the stadium section. Third sector, coming out now through the final corners, and he'll cross the finish line. No, he won't. He'll pit, and that'll be probably it for Tonka. It'd probably be it for Jarl as well, but it's certainly not it for Lakshmit, who's actually out again. He's behind Bogorowski, who I believe is also on a fast lap. No, he dives out the way. Hope it didn't cost Lakshmit time. I think he was far enough away where it likely didn't. Just going through, keeping it just about on track. Setting sector 8/10 up. That's a massive improvement. I shall get on close to Jarl and Tonka. Goes deep into the hairpin. Let's see how it finishes, but he's lost time there. It does put him in third. He may have been better if he didn't make that mistake. Well, he definitely would have been better if he didn't make that mistake. Bogorowski into the pits. That'll be him done. Ends having issues, I think, connecting. So he'll not set a time. Hopefully he'll be in for the race and not have any issues. We're watching Brandon right now, who's on the last of his runs, so let's see how well he can go. Nobody really, not many people really pushing the limit on the qualifying time for best grip. Brandon's doing it now. Documan actually doing it, to be fair to him. But this will be Brandon's last run. Let's see the time he can get. He's in 6th place now. Needs to drop. He does drop by 3/10. Gets right next to. He gets right up next to Jarl, but just behind. So Tonka's finished. Jarl's finished. Brendan, that was his last lap. Doppy Man's going around as well, but it's slightly down. Let's see if he can recover any of that in the second sector and have a challenge, as others have tried. 7th and 8th for the Williams, at least at this point. That is not bad at all. Doppy Man finishing his lap. Doesn't improve. We have got Jordan in the Alpha. He's improving, it looks like, on his lap, but by how much? 4/10. He improves by 4/10. Jumps into 7th. It's now the Williams in 8th and 9th. Just having a look. Brandon's the only one still. But he's actually done. He's coming into the pits, and that is everyone. That is qualifying over, and we do have our pole sitter as Tonka. Our best chance to take the lead of the championship for Jarl. He qualified 2nd as well. Brandon 3rd, Lakshmit 4th. Sam H 5th, Doppyman 6th, Jordan 7th, and we'll get the rest because we're going to be going to the results screen. And hopefully that sound that I can hear in my ear means we'll get sound back for the race. At least I will. I think the sound was on the live stream, but I'm not quite sure. So Tonka, Jarl, Brandon, Lakshmit, all within 2/10. Then Sam H and Doppy Man quite close behind. Then there's a gap to Jordan, Calais, Composite, Hayward, and then a bit of a gap again to Proud Noob, Ducks, Bogorowski, JC, Hunes, and Inns didn't set a time. So let's see what this means for the race. Qualifying maybe not as important as some other tracks. I can... Oh, okay, this could be interesting. We've got rain, but how? Is it intermediates or is it full wets? And will the rain die off at any point? This is going to be interesting. I was going to say in C3 at least, a few people, quite a number of drivers that started outside the top 10 actually gathered good points. So maybe the qualifying doesn't quite matter as much. But this could be extremely hectic now. Oh yes, I've got sound back, and hopefully that means you don't have any issues as well. I can hear the cars. And they're actually louder than usual. Anyway, so let's have a look. It is intermediates, it's quite heavy, but intermediates is seemingly the best choice for everyone. And says around, this is the formation lap. I do wonder how long I do wonder how long the intermediates will actually last. Quite sometimes you get the tyre thing, but not got that for now. So I think Bogrossi and Kelsey were hoping for some practice for their races in C5 and C6 tomorrow. Well, if their races end up wet, they'll have some better experience than the other guys are racing against. Tonka taking it really slow in this section. Heinz is just, there's a big gap actually in this formation lap, as we've got Tonka already coming to his grid slot with Yard, but we've still got Heinz and Hughes are just entering the stadium section. It's there's a big gap for some reason between the front to the back. Well, we'll see. That makes a difference. So it's there we go. It's likely still a 2-stop with the tyre wear, maybe even a 3-stop. Highly doubt it. That seems to be just an option that is available, but I think most would do a 2-stop if it rains the whole race. Okay, we're about to get going. And lights out, and away we go here in Mexico, and it's Jarl that seems to get the better start, but Tonka keeps it. Let's have a look. Looks pretty clean, but wait until we get to turn 1. Jarl has taken the lead. There's a bit of a squeeze there, and it ends up with Hayward going round. He was on the outside of that. He drops right to the back. Sam H has spun round as well. I don't know if there was contact. Jordan's up to Freddy. Having a look. JC's made up places, but it's just dropped behind Composite. It's Hayward and Sam at the back. And there's the positions that Heinz has made up. He's now in a battle with Hughes. Tonka losing ground to Jarl, who's in the lead now. Jordan having a look on Doffy Man, but not got enough room to get that done. Doffy Man goes deep though. Will he get... No, it's not going to be a chance. And I think JC just holds on to the position with Composite, but goes deep. Composite, there's not much room even for a switchback here. So for the back of the points places. Hayward's now got past Ings. Jordan, he's on the back of Doffy Man here. Timing screen's now going crazy. Hayward's in the pit. Doffy Man, we got Jordan behind him. Latchmate, who's behind Calais, which, considering his qualifying, is very surprising. He's fallen back quite a bit, gets right on the gearbox there. Somehow Tonka's managed to bring back that gap to Yao. So he's making quite the move now. See if he can catch up. Runs wide though. Everyone's struggling in the wet conditions. Brandon seems to maybe be holding up Doffy Man behind. Jarl fastest lap. 1 minute 30, so yeah, we're about 15 seconds off of qualifying pace. 15-16 seconds off qualifying pace. Someone's round, it's Sam's round again at the stadium section. Hayward's way behind, but he's gonna catch. Those yellows are still out. And Sam's got away. But it's way off the back of the pack now, as we watch Tonka and Jarl at the front of the pack, making a gap to Brendan, who's got a couple of drivers directly behind him. Brendan's really slow in that. Brandon's really slow in that part. He's managed to get round. Williams' driver's starting to lose the back of that battle, but he's still keeping the Ferrari behind. Jordan keeping Doffy Man busy. He's also looking for himself to get past Brandon. We keep an eye on this. I think traction make all the difference. Get a better run and you might still be able to do it. DRS usually really helpful down this straight. Not so much when it's not available to you, I guess. We got Proud Noob in 8th place, catching up the back of this pack in particular. Latchmate definitely lost it there. And Composite gets past Bogorowski, missing that one. But let's go up to the front where we've got Tonka looking like he's gonna have a shot at Jarl pretty soon. Seems to have the issue in the dirt air, as you would expect, but can he get that good run that he needs? Not necessarily. It's not gonna happen this time. Unlike Godwatchman, who did get past Hughes. Bolgarowski, he's looking to have a go back at composite. He's got a much better run. This is the overtake that you kind of expect to see. Will he get alongside? No, he doesn't get alongside. He's maybe trying it, but no, not quite close enough. So he doesn't get that done. We've still got this battle that Gasly's falling further and further away from for the final podium position. It's Jordan, Documan and Brandon. That's 5-6 seconds behind the battle for the lead. Oh, Jordan, keep it steady. That's lost some time, obviously, but at least he's still in the race. Sam H gets a 3-second time penalty. Cloud Noob still behind the Williams driver. No, nice 6th place for the C6 driver. Jordan trying to get the power down. Isn't looking like anyone's going to have a shot now. Let's see, Proud Noob, he's quicker than the driver ahead, but having to pull out of the slipstream and not going to get that go this lap anyway. Maybe he'll get a go down this second straight, but the likelihood of that being no. The battle at the front still rages on as well. A 6-second gap from second place to third. Tonka really wants to have a go. Jordan gets a 3-second time penalty though, so he's having issues already. Not the first though. Sam has definitely got a 3-second time penalty as well. We have a yellows and it's Lakshmi. He's spun it or been hit, I guess. I'm not sure. Wasn't near. Sam's gonna just sneak through. Luckily still in the race, so no hope. It's not all gone. Proud Noob gets the 3-second time penalty as he passes Williams driver down the front straight. On the next straight though, we've got Doppyman and Jordan side by side. Jordan keeps the racing line, but so does Doppyman try to keep the inside line. Does get squeezed out by Jordan. Jordan takes 4th place. That's allowed Brandon to get 2.5 seconds up the road with that battle. And Jordan will now, well, at least attempt to clear off into the distance and escape Doppyman completely. Tonka on the back of Jarl still. Really want to get past, really wanting to spoil the Racing Points day in that Honda Power AlphaTauri. Trying to keep in the slipstream. Not making any gains though down the straight. So I'm making another 3-second time penalty. And we have Tonka just not getting close enough. Again, gets right up to the back of Jarl, but doesn't get it done. just got to try and keep with them. Don't know what the rain will appease at some point during the race. I'm pretty sure these drivers will be hoping it will, because I will say this, Mexico is a fantastic... Oh, no, Tonka manages to keep it together. Nice save, I must say, with that slide, but it has lost him 2 seconds to Jarl. He was basically on his back. Now he's got some breathing room. Close down the gap that was made earlier. Let's see if we can do it again. There seems to be gaps up and down the field now, and you know what, I must say, from C6 driving C4 in wet conditions, this is a good job from the Williams driver, very good job. And Bogrovsky, for that matter, C5 driving in C4 today, filled the grid for us again. In the points, 9th place, good job. That was a weird glitch we had there, but Composite is still okay, he's still going. And actually Dragon is pulling away from Jins behind, who was within a second, but seems to be pulling away. Goes a bit deep into turn 1, slides through turn 2, and we'll continue to lose time with that. Although, here we go, you got who has caught back up. Half a second he's actually improved his time on. Not sure if that was just a bit of lag either on their part or even my part, but seems like they may have touched a little, but they're now within a second again at the front. Tonka does pull it in. He's out of ERS though, so we can imagine that he's used a lot of that, a lot of ERS to catch up. Ooh, there we go, Document first to pit for new intermediates. Proud Noob goes into 5th. The Williams driver goes into 6th. See if I end up having Clarty on the podium doing an interview, I will be really happy for him, but I'd be really surprised, and it'd be an excellent surprise to have. You know, he's quite a ways behind that, but you never know what happens in one of these races, and he is in 6th place right now, so a bit of run wide there from Tonka. 6/10ths between the front two. Brandon's now keeping that gap at a kind of 5.5, 6 seconds. Pitting, and so's Tonka. Oh, it's a race in the pits between the leaders. Let's see who wins. Allows Brandon to take the lead, he keeps going. Jarl will stay in the lead. Jordan's also pitting. Lap 10 seems to have been the choice. But as you were is at the front. Proud Noob in 4th. So coming out just behind Tonka. Obviously not fitted. Jordan and JC. Now this is all tight because of all the pitting. Doppy Man is right here too. He goes a bit wide. That gives Bogrovsky a run, but he doesn't. Jordan though, see, Haas versus Alfa Romeo, and Jordan gets it done quite nicely. Keeps the inside line and keeps it ahead. Doppyman right there, with Bogorowski right behind this battle as well. Williams driver also pitted, so we'll see the places that he can make up as Doppyman gets held up now, basically, behind cars that haven't pitted yet. Brandon now into the pits. Jordan managed to pass. Tonka with a 3-second time penalty. I was going to say, okay, he's went deep as JC, but Doppyman still can't get through. Bogorowski just hanging behind. Who's that coming in? JC has came in. Bogorowski has also came in. Doppyman, so we got Jordan, he's on, he's managed to make 3 seconds just because he managed to get past JC early on in the lap, and Doppyman was kind of stuck behind. Tonka and Jarl continue their battle for the lead on track. Latchmit sets the fastest lap at this moment. He's way down in 15th, though the Ferrari's 15th and 16th. Tonka has got a run, I think, but gets closed off by Al. Really close here, now on the fresh intermediates. But slide through that last corner, and that's probably going to cost him any run that he needs to get through. Dragon in 7th, he's fighting with Composite for 6th, but they're both yet to stop. In fact, Composite in, Dragon Ducks continues on. Proud Noob will get through here, and I think so will the second Williams. Kelsey, he's now in 8th, doing a great job. Brandon, he's now 7 seconds behind the lead battle. I say battle because it is still close, 3/10 between the leaders. Composite has dropped to 15th after pitting. Hines yet to pit. Okay, here could be Tonka's run, with the game being a weird glitch with his gearbox, but it's all fine. Didn't manage to make the move going into the stadium. Will he be able to keep close enough to get the run that he needs? Out of the final corner. It is close. Jarl's actually pulling away on the straight though. Tonka not gaining time on the straight, in fact losing time on the straight. Running out of ERS also not going to help either, and that is keeping this battle as a 1-2 for Jarl, then Tonka. We no longer have the gaps, but what we do have is Hune's round, no damage, so I imagine it was a spin in the fast area. But let's go back to the battle for the lead. Heinz's DNF, he's I think spun because I don't think there was anyone near him in the stadium section. He spun it and hit the wall, and he's out of the race. Oh, the glitch seems to fix itself, which is nice. He's out of the race. The leaders are now coming up on this area. There's no overtaking, but there's not usually overtaking anyway, to be honest. Annoyingly, we don't have gaps for some of these, for some of the drivers' gaps. Jarl seems to have a bit of a moment there, but yet this time, actually, Tonka is gaining down the straight, which is different from normal, but it's not enough, nowhere near enough. Proud Noob makes bundles through the stadium section. His Dragon struggling on old inters and is eventually pits very slowly as well. Maybe he has damage too, I don't know. It's promoted promoted Williams driver Kelsey into 7th, and it will promote Bolgarowski into P9. Let's go and watch the AlphaTauri though, as he chases down the racing point for the lead of the race. Again, really close to the stadium section, but no way round. It's all about the better run through this corner, and Tonka almost completely loses it. Probably would have got a warning for that, even though I doubt he gained any time. And now out of ERS again, so he's going to lose time at the back end of this straight rather than gain. He needs to actually be smart with the use of his ERS and save ERS. He's really close now though, but Tonka, Yao gets a better run at the corner. Yeah, I think Tonka needs to save ERS so he isn't topping out and running out at the end of the long straight. Really, that's what's keeping him behind Yao at the moment, I think. Just isn't allowing him to get that. He gets that better run out of there all very consistently, but there's just not the DRS zone not being available in the wet, which is there. He's looking for a move in the stadium section. He gets desperate, I think. That'll have cost some time. Hopefully no damage to him from that. No, he got lucky. A bit of a desperate manoeuvre there, which hasn't paid off, and in fact has lost some time. And again, he may top out by that he's having to not use the overtake mode in the ERS, just to keep ERS now at least on. We've got Sam, he's chasing, he's trying to get back into the points. Here he's let's see if it'll be a different, because Sam's got a lot of ERS to use, and so does JC. Let's see if we can show what that's more like. Actually, Sam doesn't get the best one, but near does JC, so this might be what we've been kind of wanting to show. Yeah, here we go. This is what essentially what Tonka needs to do, and let's see if he'll do it somewhere else though, as he's coming into the stadium section, which you are right now. He's not got enough DRS to really pull that move. He needs to save ERS. That, and actually he's further away than what Sam in the McLaren was, who's already pulling a second away from JC. So he's also much quicker anyway. Yep, it's just gonna run out of ERS. Yeah, we go. Ran out again before the end of the straight at 0. Nothing to deploy, nothing to play with. So gets a penalty, although, but yeah. Tonka struggling with the ERS management. It's not to say that Jarl hasn't is high in ERS. He's actually quite low as well. But he's the guy in front. He doesn't really need to worry about it if Tonka behind hasn't got ERS to attack with, then it shouldn't really matter. And it's a mistake from Tonka, just goes straight through the firing boards. But that's cost him a good couple of tenths. It's half the race now, and we are still in intermediate wet conditions. It's definitely better than what it was at the start of the race, but it's still bad. It's an 8-second gap now to Brandon. He's got an 8 seconds gap behind as well. We got big gaps. I expect catching JC. On 1 inters actually as well, well not heavily one, but 10. Hayward don't know what what worn inters feel like. He's on 15 lap old inters. Let's see. It's like thinking, if I was Tonka, what would I do? Now, we've already seen him make a desperation move in the stadium section, which didn't pull off, and luckily he didn't get damage. It did cost him time. Oh, that's Jarl making a mistake, and that's let Tonka through. Just as I was beginning to discuss what Tonka might look at doing, which would be sticking behind, don't use the ERS and just wait it out for either a mistake or for an attack later on, Jarl makes a mistake and Tonka gets through and is now a second ahead, pulling that gap already. That was a big surprise to see such a mistake. But as you can see, Jarl catching really quickly down the straight as Tonka runs out of ERS by the end of the straight. Jarl might not be in the worst position, but actually Tonka now 1.3 seconds ahead. He's starting to make the gap work. They've now got a close battle as Sam and Bogorowski have caught up to Hayward, who must be starting to struggle on those worn inters. Yes, he is, he's in the pits. So there we go. Sam is through in 8th, Bogorowski 9th. Lakmet is back in the points, would you believe it? Hold on. Hayward's on to mediums. Okay. I don't think that was the intended move. There we go, Tonka just pulling the gap now. He's now 2 seconds in the lead. Tonka, as expected, was quicker. He just kept topping out at the end of the straight, as now Jarl is doing too. And is falling away from Tonka, who's starting to really build that lead. Okay, so we've now also got Doppyman. He's closing in on Jordan as a battle for P4. I've got a massive gap ahead to the third place. So the podium is likely set as Tonka's now made 3 seconds, more than 3 seconds. Underjaw is starting to struggle. Hayward definitely struggling, he's lost 5 seconds this lap, and let's just see. Yeah, look at this, he just can't, he's got no grip at all. I'm not even sure, oh gosh, that's how much grip he has. He's spun it at the last corner. And not good at all, and he's pitting far too early for dry tyres. I imagine it was an accident, and Hayward has retired from the race in the pits. Doffy man not going to be challenging Jordan for his 4th place this lap, as Tonka is now getting towards a 4-second lead after Jarl's mistake that allowed him to just sneak through. Since then he's never really looked back, as Jarl's never been close to getting it back. Doppy man closes in on Jordan, but did go deep. So it's not really helped at all. In fact, he's lost time. Actually, it looks like there's a bit of struggling starting to set in for Doffyman, as he's now falling back from Jordan. Jordan will be happy to see that, but he can't get too complacent. Doffyman's a quick driver. Yeah. So Doffyman's now quite a bit behind. What's the yellow flag for? Oh gosh. Hughes has put on mediums. We've seen how well that worked out for Hayward. I wouldn't say it's ready for it at all yet. Schmidt. Right, yeah, Hughes is having a big issue around corners 1 and 2. He's going to have a go on Bogorowski. Nope, he's sticking behind for now, but it's literally just behind. He's right up his gearbox. Bogorowski gets the better run. Maybe not knowing that he's got much better ERS, but he almost hits the back of Bogorowski. That managed to be safe. Tonka in for his 2nd pit stop, and it's into another set of intermediates. Gives Jarl that place back, and Hughes, he's in the wall. Really struggled. Doffyman's pitting as well. He's going for a set of mediums. Well, it could be starting to get to that point. I still think it's early. Hughes has now been lapped by the whole field. Tonka's went on enters, so could turn out to be a bad decision. I think Jarl's best chance is to stay out, JC into the pits, Yeah, y'all and Brandon's best chance is just to stay out and see if they don't need to pit again. Well, see if they only have to pit once onto mediums, because actually it has stopped raining. Oh, y'all starting to struggle there. Is Sam H having issues? Doffy Man got a bit of an issue actually, I think, because the mediums, it's far too early still for them. Oh god, and he really wants to just go by the Williams driver, but he can't, not in this part of the track, so this is going to lose him heaps and heaps of time getting stuck behind Doffy Man. Oh, but look. Oh, that's just, it seems like the mediums will give you what you need in the straight. Not in the corner, and that's a great overtake there by Kelsey. Proud Noob onto softs, Jordan onto mediums, Tonka went on to inters. Two at the front staying out. Yellow because JC is round. And Tunes is round as well, so maybe it's still not ready quite yet. It should be very soon, so now it's worth the shot, I think. Yep, we've got Sam, he's on mediums for definite. Yal, he's keeping going. What's Brendan, what's he thinking? He's thinking stay out. And oh, that was for something coming out of the pits. Why it was yellow, I don't know. Oh, Tonka's definitely hit the wall there. And it's a purple sector. Still purple on the inters. But I don't see that lasting much longer. The inters seem to be still quicker than now. Yep, Latchmet still on inters. He's catching Doppy Man. Almost hits the back of him. This is crazy how this has played out. Latchmet on 17 lap old inters and has decided to pit, as well as the Williams in front. Now Jordan's catching on Tonka on inters. You can barely tell, but he is. There's yellows. I'm not sure who or what for. Oh, Hune's moving out the way for lapped runners. That's what that is. Gal into the pits. Softs. It'll be softs. Tonka into the pits. He's messed it up. Y'all's gonna have this one quite comfortably now. Composite's still out on inters. And you know what? It's still closing on Doppy Man. I'm confused of what is actually quicker still. He's pulling away from his teammate and he's catching Doppy Man. And he's on inters. JC's actually on brand new inters. I would never have done that. So Tonka is throwing away the... Oh gosh, here we go. The Jordan is now fighting for third. Something really must have happened to Brandon for him to lose that much time. Maybe just, to be fair, it might have been that he was on those inters. But now Jordan is fighting for a place on the podium. Composite puts on mediums. Proud Noob is right behind us too. and he's on softs, so he should have the better go through this, but Dolphin Man also a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, much quicker is Noob, but they have got the DRS zone here, which is now activated. He's not actually activated DRS, he has now. For a move into the stadium section, gets it done, into 4th place, goes proud Noob in the red. Jordan, we still want to fight that. Yellows as, I think it's Hughes, yeah, he's off again, he's having issues today. Jordan maybe wishing he went on to softs at this point. He should make it the 10 laps at most, so trying to take. Trying to look for the yellow. Jordan's still keeping up with Noob, and of course the softs will wear more than the mediums, so he still might have a chance if he stays close enough of gaining that back. Brandon's starting to look a bit more comfortable in that 3rd place. Tunes with a 3-second time penalty. And yeah, Jarl now got a comfortable 19-second lead. Let's watch Jordan. Gaps have started to form again. But here's one for you. It's Composite and Bogorovsky. And Composite seems to be much quicker than Bogorovsky. Runs that wide though, but he's got overtake, quite a bit of it. He's now got the DRS. And he's now got the racing line. And he's actually passed Bogorovsky already. And that's that done. And Composite into the points. Effectively, if Bogorovsky and Cathay have scored any points, it will go to the Manor team. I'll get them some points in the C4 Championship as well. Yeah, Williams driver, or Manor driver, I guess, like I just said. Starting to fall away from the Ferrari just a bit. Jordan's losing ground to Noob after he got passed. And Noob doesn't seem to have the pace to chase Brandon. And Tonka will all of it given up as he's coming up to lap JC. Jarl, he's going to try and do a fastest lap here. Sam does a fastest lap, but I think it's about to get utterly smashed. A 1:18 flat by Jarl, fastest lap of the race. So Composite trying to make his way back through the field. He's on mediums though. He's chasing down guys that have chosen to go onto softs around the same time as him. But it actually seems to be working for him. Sam doing the same as he catches Bogorovsky. I'm just looking to show you some overtake because we've unfortunately, because of the rain, had a bit of lack of But we got Sam and Proud Noob actually with us his second time penalty. Sam coming up to the best overtaking place with the DRS zone. He's got decent amount of overtake if he wants it, and he's now using it. Will he get up close and personal with Bogorowski? Doesn't need to, he gets past before the corner. Bogorowski looks and maybe still go around the outside but won't get that opportunity, and Sam still gets DRS for this part, and that'll just help him pull away even more. Composite, he's still on the back of Dragon. Just a few laps to go now. Bogorowski falling behind Sam now, who's now chasing down Composite as he chases down Dragon. Okay, so Composite, he's going to run out of ERS down the straight. That's not going to help him. He's got Sam 3 seconds behind. I don't think he'll be able to close that, to be honest. This is the only battle, this is the only battle on track. Bogorowski now 2 seconds behind Sam. Sam would be loving to catch this before the end of the race, but that is not likely. Just see if we can see where Yal is on the track. He's actually ahead of that, so this... oh no, he's catching this. Oh, well, for a second there he was going to outbrake himself, but he didn't. Mediums seem to have stayed alive. Sorry, the mediums seem to be staying alive, as the softs are maybe dying a little, but I don't think enough. Bogorowski will be about ready to have to dive out the way for the leader coming through with his 21-second lead. Composite, he's got DRS, he's not using overtake, he's not got much left now. Dragons gets that run. He needs to keep getting good runs through these corners, keeping Composite behind to just hang on. Sam H gets another penalty, even if he... oh! Dragons completely misses his braking zone and thumps the stadium wall. He's just smashed himself out of the race. And that promotes Bogorowski into 11, into Sam into 10th. With the penalties that he's got, Bogorowski is going to get points. That was a bad error by Dragon. He was just getting, I guess, pressured so much by Composite that he completely forgot to brake, or something went wrong with his setup if he's on wheeler or something. I don't know. That's just a massive mistake to make. So Jarl has actually... Well, this could help Sam. Nah, I think Sam's going to be overtaken. Because, what I was thinking there is if... Oh wait, yeah, this could help Sam. This could help Sam a treat. Oh no, he'll be on lap 34, of course. On his... Sam to get lapped before starting the final lap. If he managed to stay ahead of Jarl, he wouldn't lose his point. Because of the time that would happen, but he is going to lose the point. Jens is 3 minutes down on Dragon Ducks. He's a few laps down then, to be honest, if that's accurate. Wow. I already knew he was at least 1 lap down on the whole field, but that says a lot. Why don't we stick on board? Well, not even on board. Watch the back of Jarl's final lap here in the Mexico City GP. Through the fast corners for the last time. Proud noob, 3-second time penalty. Yellow flag. Who's dropped it? It must be Latchmet. It's a Ferrari. Yeah, he has, but here we go, it'll be Jarl coming to finish. He wins this race. Tonka's coming round after the blunder, what ended up being a blunder of putting on another set of inters and then having to pit again when Brandon and Jarl didn't have to. That's cost him the race, or at least a fight for the win, although he had a lot of time penalties. Let's see if Brandon actually might be able to take the second place. He does manage to take second place. Tonka's in third. Proud Noob fourth. He had a few penalties though, so where's Jordan? Bogrovsky is in 10th place. He gets the point. Kelsey got past Latchmet after he had damage, so there you go. Proud Noob 6th, Doppyman 7th. Composite trying to get by as well, and he does in the final tour. The two Williams will come around. Oh, big incident going over the line for the Williams, and the Ferrari collects the other Williams as well. I possibly think that the reserve Williams was actually trying to allow the C4 Williams of Composite to take the higher place for his team and for the points, but it kinda didn't work out. In the end, a commanding win. A commanding win for Jarl. Yeah, so Composite didn't pass his teammate. That was crazy. End there for the final three on the lead lap. Going to ask Jarl, Brandon and Tonka want interviews, if it'll even work. But what a race we had. and I think there's a few things actually, if they can come on, to discuss, particularly with Jarl and Tonka. So I think that we unfortunately won't have interviews. Brandon can't. Tonka can't. I'll ask Jarl if he can, but that's probably about it. So just in case he can't, we'll have a little I think it was just talking about the lead, really. Yeah, so no, unfortunately no one can make interviews, so let's just round off what basically happened there. Great battle for the lead early on between Jarl and Tonka. Fantastic. It was one of the couple in the midfield, but it was mainly that lead battle. Tonka kept having struggles with ERS, but then Jarl made a mistake allowing Tonka through. Tonka was making a gap, but then pitted for Inters just before it dried up, so I had to pit again, and that's what cost him the race and allowed Jarl to win. And then the penalties that he accrued ended up with him in third, and Brandon happily taking second for that. We also had the crazy ending between the two Williams cars and the Ferrari on the last lap. We didn't see all of that because we were following Jarl to the win, but we caught some of it. So yep, it was very good racing again, and a great race to watch, as Mexico always is. It was more difficult to overtake as it usually would be, because of the rain, which really did spice things up. So hopefully we'll see just as good racing, but in my opinion, hopefully dry racing next time out. See you then.